Yeah, she's good.
She was absolutely fantastic. Even her rehearsal was good. She's the best we've had.
Is real. The long journey is over. Did we just see what we think we just saw?
If that doesn't give you chills, you're never going to get them.
As good as it gets.
The regular season finale of the Progressive AVP League rolls into the Lone Star State. With stakes so big, only Texas could hold them. With 3 spots remaining, this weekend's prize silver buckle, a ticket to Chicago for the AVP League Championships. Time to find out who's the real deal and who's all hat and no cattle. The AVP League from Dallas starts now. The Progressive AVP League takes on Texas. Just up the Dallas North Tollway on the Avenue of the Stars, you'll find the Comerica Center, home to the final week of the regular season of the Progressive AVP League. 7 weeks throughout the summer, and it all comes down to this in terms of Week 8. Everyone vying for their position into the championships in Chicago, as we have a doubleheader in store for you, a women's matchup. Starting off with the LA Launch facing off against the San Diego Smash. We have 3 teams on the women's side that are sitting at 3-3. Just 3 spots remain with the 4 teams in action this weekend. Rice Urango just 2 wins. They're in some dangerous territory with the San Diego Smash, as Chang and Kraft, as well as Humana Predis and Wilkerson, have already booked their ticket, along with Denneberg and Donlin. Hi everyone, I'm Cameron Irwin alongside the 2-time Olympian Kevin Barnett. And Kevin, with just 3 spots remaining in Chicago, the stakes could not be higher, nor the pressure.
Yeah, it's wild that we would end up here with 4 teams that can control their own destiny. There are no spoilers. No one's just out here playing a little bit extra volleyball. All could be in, all could be out. And let me simplify it for you here. LA wins this match, they are going to Chicago. If San Diego wins this match, well, they're going to put everything into doubt. Now, San Diego, if they lose, well, they're on life support.
All right, well, I hope you're ready to follow along, because it becomes somewhat of a vortex throughout the weekend, trying to track as each one of these teams trying to control their own destiny to clinch a playoff spot. Looking at the Los Angeles Launch, Anderson Jacone just need 1 win to get in.
They do, and they've played some of their best volleyball early. Lately, they've been losing 3rd sets, so we'll see if they've been able to turn things around. For San Diego, they've played their best volleyball as of late, had a really tough New York City, rebounded, went 1-1 when they were in the Hamptons, but that was the best they played this season.
San Diego looking for a perfect weekend. They are in need of 2 wins to clinch a spot. And as for Dallas, Kylie DeBerg, she missed out on the playoffs last year. 1 win gets her in 2026.
Another team that's been going up, right? Betsy Flint getting more and more capable. Kylie DeBerg playing her best volleyball we've seen in AVP League play.
And one last team to look into, that's the Austin Aces, one of the best teams in the world. However, as of recent, the ball has not gone in their favor. They are in need of one win. They wanted to go undefeated on the season, Kevin.
Interestingly enough, the other team's going up, another team going down. They've had too many errors lately and not been able to stop opponents. That has to change here in their home state.
As we get set to meet the LA Launch and the San Diego Smash, everyone in need of a monster block or two, and specifically the San Diego Smash have been putting up a fantastic wall throughout the season from Megan Rice. As we look now to the LA Launch, a couple of rookies making their way into the Progressive AVP League. They started off hot, went 2-0 in week number 1. Chacon and Anderson. Chacon leading the way in terms of digs per set.
Yeah, the digs have been there, but in those 3 straight losses in third sets, Elena Chacon's only hitting 0-32, and Anderson has only blocked 2 balls. So watch transition attack and also blocks at the net.
Crazy to think that of the 6 matches they have played, 5 of their matches have gone to 3 sets. They are without a doubt grinders. They're the underdogs in 2026, but they have fantastic performances time and time again.
Elena Chacon taking the sand. I want her to stay aggressive and work off the block. We heard Meg Kraft talk about being fearless earlier in the year for Miami. That has paid dividends. I want to see Chacon do the same thing when she's coming up from behind Anderson's block.
Maddie Anderson, one of the most formidable attackers so far in 2026. Her numbers have been through the roof. This duo coming out of Florida. They train out of Southern Florida, both Seminoles now on the sand. On the opposite side, it's the San Diego Smash, a duo that made its debut back in Manhattan Beach a year ago. Looking for 2 wins to clinch a playoff spot. Megan Rice's block, it's been big.
Yeah, and that was the key in East Hampton, right? 2 4-block performances that put a ton of pressure on opponents. Love that. In New York, she had just 1 for the entire of 2 matches.
Gina Rango, you saw the numbers on screen. She's trying to find some of her best offense. The back-to-back MVP has not necessarily found the efficiency she has looked for. As you see Megan Rice, she stands at 5'11", one of the smaller blockers in the Progressive AVP League, but that hasn't stopped her at all.
No, in addition to the 8 blocks she picked up in 2 matches there, she also had 22 kills, hit 364, which is a good number over those 2 opponents.
She had played alongside Corinne Quiggle last season, just 1 win in 2025. She's already doubled that now with 2, as Gina Arango knows what's at stake. You can see it on her face. She is the professionals pro. If you ask anyone in the Progressive AVP League, the back-to-back MVP at 5'9", in need of 2 wins. These 2 teams did face off in week 1. It was ever windy conditions back in Belmar. Let's take a look back at their first meeting. It was a battle till the end. 3 sets all the way to 16-14, a couple match points taking place. This is going to be a different matchup, though, from windy conditions now to an arena.
And also the time span, right? First one out of the gate, we didn't know a ton about LA, particularly being rookies in the AVP League. So this is a completely different match. I don't think any of this has bearing on what happens here.
Dallas is ready and rocking, waiting for first serve from Elena Chacon. We saw them back in Los Angeles. They improved their setting and their service pressure. Let's see if they can bring it to Dallas. And right on the money, she earns an ace.
Service has been a strength for this team throughout the season. 24 aces, just 18 allowed coming in. They're in positive territory when it comes to aces to errors. Almost unheard of. That's their 25th of the season now.
That's a great call by you. This team definitely improved their service pressure at about the midpoint of the season. They worked alongside Nick Lucena, one of their assistant coaches, and of course, former AVP pro out in Florida. And that was the #1 remark. We got to increase that service pressure, and they did just that. As Chacon gets a first shot on the side out. And the first touch from Megan Rice at the net. Is it good?
It was close. I have it out in live play. Megan Rice is right there. Of course, the lines are freshly raked. So we'll get a good ball mark here. No one has stepped in that space. I like the aggressive swing here from Chacon to start. And I think that ball's out.
In terms of the keys, as we await this call, when you look to LA, who would you primarily attack between that of Chacon and Anderson?
I'd serve Chacon all day long. Given the numbers, especially in third sets, she's hitting far below her partner. In those same third sets, Maddie Anderson's hitting over 400. And that will still stay LA's ball. Good call by the referees.
Urango going to have an extra conversation with our head official.
So how about that right now? 25 aces and 25 errors for LA on the entire year. If you look to the other side, 10 aces, 31 errors for San Diego. That could be a pain point in this match.
Well, and now 3 years into the progressive AVP League, we've learned how important the service pressure becomes in these sets to 15, as there's the first dig from the league's leading digger as she hammers one and tags the line.
I don't want to see any shots from Elena Chacon. If I'm Jake McNeil, their coach, I've told her when you dig the ball, which she is doing at an incredible level, every time you get the chance, take a cut. And what I like about this one particularly is that she's way off the net, stayed aggressive. Don't worry about where your pulling digger is, drive it down the middle, keep it deep. That works in all forms of volleyball when you hit it with pace and depth.
To your point, Elena Chacon at about the 250 mark in terms of her offense, as opposed to 442 from her partner. Miss serve from LA.
Yeah, that's an easy one to just pick on Chacon then. Next to last in the league in terms of efficiency.
I'd be curious to see what her transition numbers are as opposed to the side out, though. She's having to take some big swings and transition opportunities, making it even more challenging for your defenders. Traditionally, you see some of those offensive numbers lower for the defender regardless.
Yeah, interesting to me that they would go right at Anderson, but also interesting that Anderson would then circle around behind. It seems like two teams executing a game plan immediately rather than maybe going with what's comfortable in a play.
Tough serve, pays off. Megan Rice with the ace. Megan Rice previously utilizing a jump topspin here. She's working something different.
Yeah, and middle may be the goal here, is just to serve the middle, and the first one happened to trail away. So keep an eye on where serves keep going from Rice.
Rice, 15 blocks on the season so far. She's at the top of the order on the women's side as she runs to the net. She'll face off and pull against Chacon. Blocked right back. Maddie Anderson earns one.
We're at 4-4. I already like what LA is doing. We've seen aggressive swings from Chacon in both of her attacks, and now we've seen a block from Anderson. Channeling's fine. These plays are far more important for impacting your opponent. On the emotional side, a stuff is so much better than a transition swing.
Shaky platform there from Gina Urango. Here comes Chacon. This has got to go. Tempo. Anderson chiseling off the edge.
They had all the options there. Elena Chacon hit a ton of on-two opportunities in warm-ups. I thought that was going to be the mode right here out of this spectacular dig at the end of the rally. They had a perfect opportunity to just go ahead and run their offense. And it could have been on two right here, and it would have been wide open. So if I'm Jake McNeil, I'm saying, look, you have both those options. Made a good set. We like that play, but also you're wide open for what we were working on coming into the match.
Maybe keep that one in your back pocket. Plenty of space to work for the LA launch. Watch for that option play like Kevin mentioned. The famous cut of Gina Urango.
Yeah, we don't mean a motorcycle jacket, although she might have one that doesn't have sleeves. She might have a cut. I like the way she stayed square and went right around the side of that ball to cut it. No giveaway with her body position as to where the ball was headed.
Urango having played more sets than anyone else in the AVP League now into her third year, as there's a full muscle down from LA.
So either on purpose or by accident, Chacon, with that ball tight, came up late. She is late on this ball and pushing up into those arms. That turns out to be fortunate timing on a difficult effort.
League leader in aces. Maddie Anderson at the line. Attacking the middle once more, this time from an angle on the right. Well placed. LA with a higher efficiency to this point, 429. Both teams attacking the middle. Adjustment off the set.
Gina reading that contact. Goer's reading velocity and angle to see if it was out.
Ball and pressure stay on Chacon. Another extended set, finds the line.
So Chacon's gone with a couple of shots, right? Both have been picked up. Every time she's swung, it's been a kill. Stay aggressive.
Both for Maddie Anderson and Elena Chacon in their rookie season in the Progressive AVP League. Qualifying in. That was one of their first goals. Their second is to get to Chicago. They just need one win to get there. San Diego in a must-have. Up by one here in set number one. It's the San Diego Smash taking on the LA Launch. Everybody is trying to find their way to the shores of Lake Michigan.
Right in the middle, yes, her, you. You're my new friend. I got a mini ball for you in a second. Now, when there was a big block out here, Maddie Anderson had a big block. You got your hands ready. You were a little timid. You were ready for the monster block. Here's the deal. When we get a huge block, everybody, when there's a big block out here, I'm going to say monster block. DJ Amy Robbins is going to get a song ready. And then we, along with that young lady, we'll get our hands in the air. Let's go hands up, Dallas. Hands up, hands up, hands up.
Okay.
Monster block.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Boom, 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 boom.
AVP League on CBS Sports Network is
You get a big one, yes. Maybe. Is he gonna make it? Oh, what a guy, what a guy. That's not gonna make it too either. Accuracy's not there yet.
It is funny because there's no one here. How? Like, it's just like.
AVP League on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. It's easy to bundle your home and car insurance at Progressive.com. And by Selkirk, the leading high-performance pickleball paddle brand backed by the pros. We are Pickleball.
A look now to the LA Launch. This one is closely contested in set number one, 8-7 here in the first. In their second meeting now with the San Diego Smash on the year, as we take a look at Elena Chacon and some of the digs that she has had throughout the year. 107 in total coming into the weekend. She's had 4 20-plus dig performances, Kevin.
When you're putting up numbers like that, you're digging a variety of attacks here. We've seen her there digging a hard-driven ball. In other situations, running down a shot to a corner. I've been super impressed by not only her ability to read, but the touch when she gets there. That's Misty May trainer kind of stuff, is when you get to the ball, how do you play it? Now, I'm not saying she's at that level yet, but her ability to read the play is what has most impressed me this year, and also the confidence of this squad writ large. Love the way they come out of college, brimming with confidence, not caring who's on the other side of the net, playing their game.
Now in the second meeting with the San Diego Smash, they talked about wanting to be in this arena, knowing they have to make just minor adjustments after the windy conditions in Belmar, as Elena Chacon strikes back. This one just long, though.
Yeah, that one not a ton of topspin. I think she might have been going for hands, which I don't mind as a strategy. I also like it when you have an opportunity to work on your game and there's one thing you need to work on. Right now, it's just the attacking. Everything else is there for Chacon.
Now on a 4-1 run, San Diego. Great scoop, but uncontrolled at the net.
And that's the thing, when you're hitting the ball hard, right, you're making it difficult for the opponent to locate that ball. So while Gina is there, makes a play on it, she's not 100% certain where that ball is going to go, and it forces that quick reaction from Megan Rice.
Maddie Anderson, Elena Chacon just trailing by 1.
And Chacon's the obvious target. Sorry, Cam, 5 of 10 now, just 2 attempts for Anderson.
Perfect platform for Jeannie Arango. She was looking to be more terminal in 2026. However, the number is not quite there. She is at least 100 points below her average from 24 and 25. However, this one looking terminal on the side out. Angled attack here for Anderson.
We see a lot of teams employ this strategy, right? Push the offense one direction and then cut the ball back the opposite way. You're hoping to pull the blocker with you, pull the defender with you, and make them think about going with the flow of the play rather than continuing with a read, perhaps of your body language or whatever they've set up.
Anderson at the net, showcasing an angle block. She won't even get a chance to put it into the mix. Keep tracking those numbers, Kevin. 25 of 26, right? 25 aces, now 26 errors for the LA launch on the season.
That is out of bounds. Back and forth we go. 10 to 11. Maddie May back to serve. This is 10 number 1 playing best 2 out of 3. First to 15.
Tough serve. Cheeky play from the vent. You like it, Kev?
I do, and I like that Gina's not giving things away. Just like her attack earlier, watch her body language here. She didn't give that away at all and just chipped it. Sometimes players will turn just a little bit, try and get a little extra around, shoulders around. Nope, still facing her hitter.
Working with her offhand, throwing her lefty up.
Well, she can use both, right? She can even attack with her left.
This time Anderson goes with the angle attack and takes a cut. And another lefty touch for San Diego.
Right on cue, the ambidextrous Urango.
Which arm do you block?
Lets one go. Well, I'll take the primary arm, but you're going to have to be aware of this.
How challenging does that become for a blocker and a defender when you're going with your offhand?
I think it just becomes irritating. And really, we don't see Gina use it a ton. But just to put that thought in a blocker's head, all you need is an extra inch to chip a ball off the edge versus getting stuffed.
San Diego now on the 8-4 run. And for Jeannie Arango, you think back, one of the most experienced players in the Progressive AVP League. Here's a look back to her very first tournament. And I don't know if those might recognize the one with the platform extended. Oh yeah, that is gold medalist Alex Kleinman. This was back when Gina was just 17 years old. Her journey has been one of both beach volleyball as well as indoor volleyball. She then went on to become a Woman of Troy out at USC, but knew that she wanted to be back out on the beach. She actually started working for the AVP years later and was given an opportunity when one of the staff members looked at her and said, you know what, instead of just working for us, I think you should play with this league. And that's exactly what she did, becoming now a 2-time MVP of the Progressive AVP League.
You never quite know where life is going to take you and where you're going to stay. If you were with us last time, we talked a lot about Gina's mindset as of late, doing a lot of journaling about her current existence, her current lifestyle, the opportunity to get to do this for a living.
She was the first scholarshiped athlete in NCAA beach volleyball history at USC, and we all know what that has done in terms of growing the game right back out, and the missed serve opening the door now for LA.
All right, listen, Urango's 3 of 4. Rice, a little more powerful, a little more unpredictable, not hitting nearly as high a percentage here in this first set. Don't go for the middle. Make Rice do something here to hurt you.
We've seen Anderson serving from both the right and the left. This time she lines up on the right side. Goes the opposite direction. Full extension. What a set! And a better scoop from LA. She's got it!
Never mind, just as you would draw it up. A dig off the court, your partner puts it past you, you skip it off the net for a winner. This is volleyball right here. You're just trying to better each ball, right? Once it leaves your partner's platform, her hands, her attack arm, you have to better the ball, do something with it. Sometimes that something is enough to win a point in an unorthodox manner.
From chaos to control. Anderson Chacon down by 1. You see Jake McNeil truly playing in to Dallas here. They walked in with some pretty sweet gear, I have to admit. A couple cowboy hats and cowgirl hats on this LA duo, but it has to be a fun seat for Jake McNeil, especially with this team. The expectations, even for them, were somewhat low coming into the season. They qualify in and they feel like they had already won the Progressive AVP League. Next thing you know, they have set their sights to Chicago. Do they have what it takes then to find that last and final title?
Oh, they do. They do. I think they have the tools, they have the grit. They've shown time and again how they can succeed in third sets. Now they've come up a little short the last few, but they've all been deuce sets and overtime in a couple of them. So they're right there with their game. If only the cowboy from the plains of Saskatoon can get them there.
5 of their 6 matches have gone to 3 sets. They've picked up 2 of those in terms of a victory. Right now, they trail by just 1 point. They stay on target this time. Jeannie Arango, and it's the ace. Maddie Anderson, league's toughest server.
Yeah, if you've got that right, then forget where you go necessarily. Just unleash a bullet here. That one is deep and is gonna be in. And that's the grit right there. We've seen them throughout, not just in the wind of Belmar, but in every other circumstance we've thrown them, they have made gritty plays.
Her 17th ace of the season, now on a 3-0 run. Another dagger. Set from well off the net. And I know you like the aggression.
Yep.
Finally closing out the streak for LA. Rice and Urango at a set point. Urango with her heels at the back of the court. Same trajectory, same angle, changes it up, down the line. The error from San Diego, it was a perfect look.
Gina's first error of the set comes at an inopportune moment. That was perfectly done to show and take, right? Show that you're blocking into the angle, jump the other way.
Don't forget, LA has fended off 2 match points in the previous meeting with San Diego. Right now, it's just a back and forth battle. A second look for San Diego now. Maddie Anderson received the last. Chacon steals the middle. Sitting in the angle. Here comes Urango. No, there's a touch. Quick move. Chacon finds a hand.
Oh, if you're Megan Rice, you feel like you read that one correctly. You were reaching out as far as you could. Watch her left arm here. She gets down to the hitter and sees it late, can't wrap her hand around. You saw her try and close her left pinky around that ball. She saw it, just couldn't quite reach it.
She's getting her hand on him. It seems as if there's been at least 3 off the edge of Megan Rice's block. Could that be the difference maker here late in set number 1? Can she get a piece of one? Another for Urango. True diversity of offense for this duo.
And Anderson's doing a lot of straight up blocking. I want to see her jump, make some big moves. Watch her here. She'll get to the net. She stays static. She didn't jump really far any direction there. I'd like to see her maybe do some big show and take. Make Gina make a decision, or at least consider that Anderson might move.
Third set point for San Diego. Megan peels off the net. What placement.
Credit that to communication between partners about the pulling blocker there. Maddie Anderson with the call, and Chacon with the execution.
Urango's seen the bulk. Another. One of the first options we've seen from San Diego. That's too easy. Back on top. Here comes LA. San Diego led 13-10. LA finding their first lead since. And their first set point. Backing up Rice. That ball's right back over. Tempo. That's Urango at her best in transition.
Yeah, nice read by Gina Urango once again. Continues to be a pretty good battle between the defenders. Urango hitting over 500, Chacon over 400.
Both defenders sitting at 6 digs apiece. 10 ties, 4 lead changes. That ball's wobbling. From well off the net. Left extension. Megan Rice earns one.
Fun way to start the night, isn't it?
With everything on the line here in week 7, I'm not surprised. Extended play in set number 1. A 4th set point now for San Diego. Chacon against Rice and throws the sand. The error closes out set number 1 as San Diego hangs on with white knuckles.
Strategic serve by Megan Rice ends up being the difference there. Had served mostly middle. That time went to Chacon's left to close that first set.
After 4 set points for San Diego, they close out set number 1 with a victory. They need every win this weekend. League Showdown. Tomorrow at 10 Eastern, head out to the pitch for a United Soccer League Showdown with CBS Sports Network as Monterey Bay and New Mexico go head-to-head. From the pitch to the sand here in Dallas, Texas, actually just about 20 minutes north of downtown, you'll find us in Frisco at the Comerica Center. Cameron Irwin alongside Kevin Barnett, the two-time Olympian, as set one belonged to the San Diego Smash. Kevin, what stood out?
Errors late for LA that cost them dearly. Otherwise, a fine performance. And then Gina Urango, 556.
We talked about her needing some offensive efficiency. Well, she definitely has improved as the first serve and set two has now taken place.
She came in hitting 272 on the year. That was next to last in the league. Well, 556 is about the highest in the league. So if she can maintain that, chances are good that San Diego continues to hold their playoff hopes alive.
And for some perspective, she was over 400 in 2024 as well as 2025. Again, two teams fighting for a spot into Chicago. Just the top 6 teams make it to the AVP League Championships. San Diego with 2 wins on the season, as opposed to the other side, 3 wins for the LA Launch. 2 coming early, 1 such against this team.
A couple of times Megan Rice has gone high line over the top of Anderson, so that leaves Anderson either jump into the angle and have Chacon sweep behind to the line, or come up late and try and swat that thing.
Seen several missed serves now from both sides. 3 apiece. Maddie Anderson, the maniac, finding the back line.
Yeah, Maddie Anderson continues to be hyper destructive from the service line. And again, it is down the middle and deep to the back line. Her second ace of this match, and a league leading total of 18 now.
Just 12 errors as well. That's an ace to error ratio you would pay good money for.
Yeah, when you talk about an ace to error ratio, typically you're talking about however many aces, say 3, you could have 6 errors and everything would still be okay. We're talking about somebody here who's going the other direction, more aces than errors. Yeah.
There's the hang time. You've been waiting on it.
Finally, the left hand gets there and throws that one down. That feels good for Megan Rice for her first block of the match. Saw her nearly get one earlier. Watch, same thing here. Left hand, but she gets it right in the palm to shove it down to the silica.
Megan Rice, the product of LMU. She became an All-American during her time there. One of the best jumpers out on the beach as she touches that last one. Little hesitation, doing their best Taylor Crabb impression minus the actual swing.
Yeah, miscommunication, that is the one peril of running those fake patterns. I like the idea, missing the execution for now, giving up 3 straight.
Perfection into the corner. Elena Chacon out of Indiana. Grew up playing alongside her sister. Started her career indoor, as many do. Found herself sitting in the back of the club facility where the sand courts were, playing against the boys, and she said, "This is the game for me." Utilizing every skill needed.
I think sometimes you just give your opponent credit for a good swing here. Gina does a nice job of keeping the ball high into that deep corner. That is a difficult chance for a defender.
Another good defensive placement for San Diego. Gina Urango is everywhere, just missing wide. But it feels like they have put themselves in plenty of great positions to be able to transition back out. Just some errors on their side.
Yeah, this one really would have extended, put some pressure on LA here in the first set. I mean, everything's right except for it's a foot out.
Urango now with 8 digs. The opposite side, Elena Chacon, league's leading dig. Another good touch, gone wide.
Yeah, the right defensive move there. Saw a little step from Anderson going to her right. She's going to cover the angle with Chacon flashing to the line. It does benefit in a touch, but just a missed dig for LA.
Jeannie Urango and Megan Rice really enjoying this partnership together. Just 2 wins on the season. However, looking to find a little bit more of a foundation. They talked about what each brings to the table, feeling like both just highly athletic. Jeannie Urango going to be the one to cut you up a little bit more. Well, you've got the power, the physicality on the opposite side with Megan Rice. Talked about some of the things they've been working on, whether it's a motion offense, running some tempo in transition. What's going to come to life here in the second set? There's the tempo. Right on cue.
Yeah, and running it off of a tough pass. So I'm going to keep it on Chacon here in this set. Elena Chacon's 1 for 4, and you've been honored throughout the match.
Tries to go with a changeup.
Yeah, I don't mind the short, but I'd keep it on Chacon. I would just make her beat you at the moment.
Identical scores to set number 1. They were even at 7 apiece. San Diego led in set 1 into the break, and they will do the same here into set number 2. Up 8-7. San Diego just 1 set away from picking up their first win on the weekend.
Coming up next, the Austin Aces in the Dallas Green. Tammy Brasher and Kristen Cruz for the Aces. Kylie DeBerg and Betsy Flint for the Dallas Green.
That looks complicated to explain.
We want you to join in on all the AVP has to offer. The AVP Gold membership gets you all access to everything AVP. Discounts on every ticket, every event, every season. Get in the game and experience everything the AVP has to offer. Get your Gold membership today at members.avp.com. There's a couple Gold members out in the mix here in Dallas, Texas. Cameron Irwin alongside Kevin Barnett. Now in the midst of set number 2, the LA Launch taking on the San Diego Smash. And right now, I think this crowd's trying to figure out who to root for. Is it LA or San Diego? Just a 1-point differential here in the second.
We mentioned earlier these two teams opened their season against one another in the wind of Belmar. Over 30 miles an hour, completely unpredictable. Here they get the complete opposite experience, right? We're indoors, just a couple of events this year. Indoors here in Dallas, and particularly the service game, what we've seen is we've seen Anderson really been able to lean on that ball because she's going to get consistent results, right? So you can lean hard on it to hit it deep to a line. You can try and go short with it. You can change it up quite a lot, as Jeannie Urango does there and gets a spot, and the ball will float. Urango picking up the ace. In other cases with the wind, you don't know, is it going to hit a pocket and carry? Is it going to hit a moment where there's not a lot of wind and drop off? Here you get consistent results, and you as a server can get into a nice rhythm.
Yeah, really working that jump float serve. Jeannie Urango, like you mentioned, just picking up the ace. Anderson already with 2 in this match as she works back behind. And a handful of hitting errors on both sides of the net.
Here comes a confidence test, right, for LA as they call timeout now at 10-7, having made some errors, having pressure applied to them by San Diego. We're going to need some of that grit we've seen them display throughout their rookie season here in the Progressive AVP League.
Reminder at what's at stake, San Diego needs 2 wins to clinch a spot into Chicago, as LA just needs 1, and that's perfectly queued up. Let's take a look at our remaining schedule. The Progressive AVP League concludes in about 4 weeks' time with the AVP League Championships. 6 of our 8 franchises get a spot into a little bit of playoff contention. A single elimination format on the shores of Lake Michigan. Kevin, it's do or die at that point. Last year on the women's side, it was impressive. We saw the Brooklyn Blaze, a new duo, take home the title as you look to what needs to take place for the 4 teams in action this weekend.
Yeah, step 1 is get there, and this is what each team controls, right? If Rice and Urango win both, doesn't matter whatever else happens, they're going on to Chicago. And right now, we said coming in, they've been playing some of their best volleyball. That has continued here through now a set and a half. They're on the precipice of getting half of their ticket punched to Chicago.
Just the first match in our doubleheader here on CBS Sports Network. Coming up next, you've got Dallas facing off against Austin. A couple city franchises, the rivals going head-to-head. Little gut check here for LA. They need this second set.
So I like what Anderson did there, and maybe they talked about it in the timeout. Take more of the middle. Chacon's been taking a lot of those middle serves. If San Diego's going to try that, have Anderson be more aggressive so you can change the matchup at the net.
LA went 2-0 to start the year. Las Vegas, that's where you found them in week 4, was 2 straight losses after going 1-1, and she's on top of that ball.
Right there. You got to play the close ones. You're right there. And that ball is definitely in. It's not even close.
That one will give you nightmares. Chacon trying to find the response here as she's working in the backcourt. Trails left, back to the right as Urango goes into the angle.
Yeah, piling on now, Jeannie Urango. Moving with definite and purpose here.
LA takes a loss in this one. The path becomes a bit more muddled. Tomorrow's action becomes that much more important for both San Diego and LA. Could be question marks for the LA launch. Touched. Not enough.
Yeah, huge side out. You saw the serving strategy of San Diego change. Once Anderson picked one up to her left, the next 2 serves went definitely to Chacon. They got 1 more point out of it. This is do or die here for LA. They have their best server at the line, best server in the league. You got to score at least 2 here.
Don't forget, LA trailed 10-13 in set number 1 until they knotted up the score at 14 apiece. There's the toughest serve.
There's one.
Little deja vu for you.
And I like her going at a spot here, not just middle, but making a move, that definite inside out, creating trouble. Now I go short. A little inside out, same move, short. Do everything the same except the velocity.
She drives it into the depth of the court. Tough swing. That ball well off the net.
All right, so we are where we were. Step one is a side out for LA if they're going to extend this match.
San Diego just 2 points away from their first win on the weekend. 2 wins on the season, looking for win number 3. Elena Chacon taking an extra breath as she walks back to the service line. A position not new to the LA launch, trailing and under pressure. That's the angle you were looking for, Kevin. Perfect. Platform. Swing away.
Yes.
Kevin's up here cheering. He loves it.
Yeah, if I'm coaching, that's exactly what I wanted to see. A good, tough serve to a spot, execute the defensive play, and then even off the net, just hit the ball. Make them dig you. Gina's been doing it a few times. Do not lose confidence in your ability to heat it up.
A 4-1 run for the LA launch. Anderson and Chacon have found 6 kills here in this second set. 3 apiece with just 2 errors on the side of Chacon. Shockingly, 600 is the efficiency on the other side of the net for the San Diego Smash. Just 1 error in terms of the combination between both Urango and Rice.
The open space for me as a server right now is short in front of Megan Rice, but to the short line. There's a ton of space. They're lined up to San Diego's right. San Diego's to their right side and quite deep. I would go from that same spot and just drop it right over the edge into what is position 4 inside, left front.
So if you're Elena Chacon, would you rather dig the hard-driven ball from Megan Rice or have to run down the shot? Because I think that's also what you're asking yourself in terms of if you drive it deep, she's going to probably take a bigger cut at the ball, which she just dug.
I'd go 4 or 5. I'd go with a show and take at the net and just shift my digger behind. I would try and bait her into a shot here. But first, server short. All right, they're a little more middle this time, but I still like the short to the net side.
New approach for Megan Rice. Shot blocked. And right back. Gina Urango helping out in transition.
I mean, her vision is just too good. Urango, one of those little plays, the coverage, right? And then the ability to feel where the open sand is available.
The 11th career double-double for Gina Urango. Now at match point. Rolling and hammering.
Okay, they need 1. Anderson came through last time. I'd go same strategy. Your best serve to Megan Rice's left.
The rookie Warriors down by 1. A second match point for San Diego. In system, and she's on it. Chacon for the tie. Urango with the rebuttal. Can she? No way! Just short, and San Diego finds the clean sweep. An all-out effort on the final point. San Diego needed a win and found it against the tough rookie duo of LA.
Gina Urango ends up being the difference maker here with a host of small plays that kept LA off balance. Solid performance from her partner, Megan Rice. Can't do it alone.
We'll take a look back at match point for our beach juice juiced up moment, and not surprising, this one going the distance. LA had a chance here with this dig off of Elena Chacon. However, next thing you know, it's Gina Urango scooping one of her own.
Yeah, it was the little scoops and the position, the ability to keep LA off balance right there, driving the ball down the middle. We saw her several times in kind of bang-bang plays, chip the ball to open sand. Gina was just too good in those match-defining points.
The standings become a bit more muddled as LA shifts to 3 and 4 and San Diego improves to 3 and 4. They matched each other's record. Things are getting wild here in Dallas. Who will find themselves in Chicago?